Four to stand trial on attempted murder charge over Sasha Johnson. 4 men are to stand trial at the Old Bailey next year over the shooting of anti-racism and social justice activist Sasha Johnson. Prince Dixon, 25, of Gravesend in Kent, Cameron DeRiggs, 18, from the Wishman, Troy Reed, 19, and Devontae Brown, 18, from Southwark, are all charged with conspiracy to over the incident on May 23rd. The mother of 2 was rushed to in the hospital in critical condition after she was shot in the head at a party in Peckham, South London. Mr. Justice Sweeney said that the case will span across a period of 6 weeks during a hearing at the Old Bailey on Friday morning. The trial is expected to begin on March 7th of next year. The 4 defendants currently remain in custody and have yet to enter pleas to the charge brought against them. Their lawyers, however, indicate that at a previous hearing that they will deny conspiracy to murder. Miss Johnson, a founding member of the Taking the Initiative Party and a key figure in the Black Lives Matter movement since last summer, was attending a silent disco in the garden of a house on Concert Road in Peckham when she was fatally injured around 3 a.m. Mr. Justice Sweeney confirmed he will oversee the trial with the defendants due to appear in court again on November 5th for a plea hearing. Miss Johnson remains in critical condition at the hospital. I could sit here and be all happy about the fact that 4 individuals who decided to do this will face a punishment come next year. But the reason I'm not, and the reason I'm just a little bit pissed off, is because it took 3 months to figure out anything in regards to the status of this woman. And I know what people are going to say. She's tweeted some things about white people being slaves, and how could you sit there and defend her? I will acknowledge what she said was downright stupid. It doesn't matter that she said something that fucking egregious. That doesn't warrant what happened to her. And if you're somebody who was laughing about that, you were somebody that's happy about that, you were sitting there praising that, something is wrong with you and you need to seek help. But for some reason, this group of people that was all hashtag BLM and we need to stand up and fight for justice of all these black lives. You want to talk about George Floyd, you want to talk about Breonna Taylor. It seems as if it only fits a certain narrative. And say what you want about me, but I don't like being right when it comes to something like this. I want to believe that when an injustice happens, we can all agree that it's bad and actually hope for justice, no matter the skin color, no matter the gender, no matter what. But for some odd reason, it only plays to a narrative. It'll only be national news if it fits a narrative. It won't be something if a black person harms another black person, but it'll be this great tragedy for the history books if a white person does it to a black person. And I'm tired of saying that because it makes me sick, but every single time I'm proven right. Why is it that a black woman, a mother of 2 kids, and a BLM activist didn't get the national attention that she should have gotten? This is a prominent figure. This is somebody people know. And for some reason, outside of the group that she's affiliated with, we heard nothing. All we saw was a vigil. We didn't get protests. We didn't get hashtags. We got nothing. And so it begs the question yet again, do y'all only care when it fits a narrative? Do black lives really matter, or do black lives only matter when it's convenient? Please, I would like to know. You sit there and you stand tall and you silence black people who don't sit there and play victim and cry white privilege. You sit there and ignore people trying to give you a different perspective and a different understanding and a different viewpoint, and you shun them. You call them all these names and you think you're doing a good job.
Kids in Chicago get killed every single day. Where is the Black Lives Matter in Chicago? Where are they? When black people kill black people, they don't come out and do this crap. The only time they do this crap is when a white person touches them. They're the racist. They are the racist. Because white cops, it's wrong for a white cop to kill a black person, that's for sure. But if it matters, it should matter at all times.
So what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? You're not here to fight injustice. You're here to cause drama.
Message will be stop violence. It's not about blacks.
In a unicorn world. That's not a unicorn world. Period. Okay, since you're so...
You guys think blacks are oppressed. I am black. I'm not oppressed. I am free.
That's good for you. That's an individual person. What about a systemic issue?
Where? I am black. I've always wanted to be. I have I do what I want. You have the skills. This is a country where you have the skills. You want to do what you want. You do it. Stop forcing on people to accept that they're oppressed. They are not. I am not oppressed. I am black. Stop making people accept that they're oppressed. You're forcing a rhetoric into your mind, which is not true. That's my point.
Okay.
Violence is wrong, period. It's not about blacks.
Of course.
You agree that whites kill whites too, right?
Of course.
Have you seen any white person coming out and saying white life matter or white thing? No, violence is wrong.
They literally do all the time. Every time there's a Black Lives Matter
It's a violence
protest,
problem.
a white
It's not
person.
a black problem. It's a violence problem. The blacks kill blacks in black neighborhoods every single day. I've never seen a Black Lives Matter in those neighborhoods. Never. Never. You know what they say? When a black person kill a black in a black neighborhood, they come out and they say, when the police comes, you know what they tell the police? Snitches get stitches.
I know that. Okay.
Snitches get stitches. But if a white person kill a black person, Black Lives Matter. Stop the hypocrisy. Nobody takes this seriously. Nobody. If it matters, it should matter in black neighborhoods. You start cleaning at home.
So why don't you go?
You
Why don't
start
you
the
start?
change at home.
Why don't you start?
I'm not carrying anything saying Black Lives Matter. I know I matter.
Why don't you start?
You guys are wasting everybody's time. Okay?
Since you're so
Black
excited
kills
about
black
this,
more than any race. Where's the Black Lives Matter?
people kill in their community.
Where's the Black Lives Matter?
Well, what are you going to say about this? Are you going to put a hashtag up? Are you going to sell merchandise? Are you going to get all these different gurus and grifters to sit there and say, we need to get justice for Sasha Johnson because this is a travesty? Or are you going to ignore it because it doesn't fit the narrative? I would like to be proven wrong. I don't like to be right about this because me being right about this lets me know that my life doesn't hold any weight unless somebody takes it that's the opposite skin color of mine. Other than that, I mean nothing.
Killed by a Black Lives Matter protester, or if it wasn't a protester, she was killed by someone in the midst of a Black Lives Matter protest, and no one who was a part of Black Lives Matter said anything. Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter, except that little black girl who was in the 3rd grade, who loved doing TikTok, who her mom is damaged. Her, like the little girl literally died in her mother's arms. She literally said before she died, "Mommy, I'm not going to make it. Mommy, I can't do it." And we talking about Black Lives Matter.
Once again, I hope Sasha Johnson pulls through. Even though she said some dumb things, that's no reason for her to lose her life in any capacity. I don't care what your spin is. I don't care what your reasonings are. I don't care how much you disagree with me or Sasha Johnson. That's no reason for what happened to her to be justified or laughed at. But don't ever tell me to take that hashtag seriously ever again, because after this and the countless other examples of all of you jumping the gun, not having enough information, and openly lying about situations still to this day, do not ever ask me to take hashtag BLM seriously, because like I've said in the past and like I'm going to say right now, my life, my black life, only seems to matter when it's convenient.